For example, viziers, which in certain circumstances literally lived through multiple padishah, multiple
I love
sultans,
that this is a
and
Turkish
they're
history zone,
and
not
one of the
just
most
a Raja.
important figures in Ottoman government. You're right, but listen to yourself. You sound like a revisionist. Was also Dave Shirme. It's still fucking slavery. It's still blood. It's a blood tax. It's literally slavery. So there's not a justification for it, especially from today's point of view, today's understanding, and clearly it's completely unacceptable. But there are significant differences between this and chattel slavery. That is simply what I'm saying.
A tax was collected each year, but in different regions, primarily in the Balkans and Anatolia. The idea was that by having this foreign composition, there was...
Here's the other side of this. I'm sorry. Do you have a heart? Do you... Literally the Spartan program. Yeah. You are whitewashing it? No, the fuck I'm not whitewashing it. Giving you the exact fucking details of how this program worked and why it's different than like chattel slavery is not whitewashing anything. It's still fucking taking children away. Same with the Praetorian Guard in the Roman Empire. So what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, you're like fucking whitewashing it, dude. Oh, like, yeah, the Spartans did it. It's poggers when the Spartans did it, bro. Pog. I'm soy facing. Oh, Spartans did it, so it was cool. When the Romans did it, was sick because I picture them as white in my head. That's what media has told me. Oh, but when the Ottomans do it, oh no. Oh, Orientalism. They're barbarians. They're barbarians. Oh, that's different. Fucking stupid white bitches in my chat, dude.
No inborn political interests.
Why are you whitewashing child slavery? As I jerk off to like 7,000 different fucking renditions of exactly what the Roman Empire did and exactly what the Spartans did.
Officer carrying...
By the way, none of them were white, bitch. Okay, so get excited for that too. Here's another fucking band-aid that you can rip off. None of them were white.
A letter of authorization would set off to a selected region, collecting one child from every 40 households. This average varied as they were required to enlist between 1,000 and 3,000 boys for the service. In the process of devshirme, the collecting officer focused on boys between 8 and 10 years, picking boys from families with several male children, preferably from rural regions. The majority of these boys ended up as janissaries.
Where the hell are the election results? Wait, the election is not yet, dude. That was just... Do you think I wouldn't be covering the election if the election was happening right now? This is just a fucking poll.
Infantrymen. Those who were the most intelligent were picked to become Icheolan and were sent to the Sultan's palace schools where they were trained for the service in high office. Despite the devshirme, janissaries were not slaves in the conventional sense, as they were paid for their services.
Wait, why is this dude whitewashing this, dude? Wait, I'm sorry. Why is this dude whitewashing this program? It's very clearly the same as chattel slavery. Wow, it's so fucked up. I must have picked this like clearly biased, secretly Turkish guy who's also whitewashing the history of the devshirmes. Must be paid.
And enjoyed many privileges. The janissaries were recruited exclusively from the Christian population. Even though they were converted to Islam after the recruitment, they didn't lose their servile status. The only Muslim subjects that were allowed to be enlisted in the janissaries were converts from Bosnia. Devshirme had been introduced in the late 14th century and lasted until the late 17th century. The fact that the number of janissaries increased over time and that their influence grew led to many...
You're making it sound better as you were saying all the best positions went to slave? As if life was worse for the Muslims? The devshirme program, in a lot of circumstances, is literally better than a fucking average Muslim, especially Alevis and Turkmens that lived in the Ottoman Empire that got treated as second-class citizens despite the fact that they were fucking Muslim half the time. So, yes, these dudes literally did have an infinitely better situation than those guys who got fucking rolled over.
Muslims eventually being allowed to enter the service. In the beginning, this was reserved for the sons of janissaries only, but many native-born Muslims were also admitted by paying a bribe. The growth in the number of the janissaries also happened by military demand. Being a janissary implied many benefits and opportunities. This caused them to stop being an elite formation of the army and ultimately to their decline in discipline and overall regression as they became more of an elite social group with strong political power and less of a military force. In the last days of their existence, only a small number of Janissaries were the Sultan's household soldiers. The growing importance they had for the Ottoman army transformed them, in practice, into free men. Once taken from their families, the first step for a boy to become a Janissary was their conversion to Islam. After passing the selection process for Achimioğlan or Uçeoğlan, those picked for the Janissary Corps were sent to Turkish farmer families in Anatolia. There they stayed for 7 or 8 years learning the Turkish language and principles of the Islamic faith. They performed all kinds of farmer duties, so they would obtain discipline and get accustomed to hard labor. From there they were sent to the training corps in Istanbul. The majority were trained to become Janissary infantrymen, but many were sent to learn various trades that were required for military service, from gunnery to cooking. In this manner, the Janissary Corps...
By the way, the same people who are getting butthurt over this coverage of the Dave Sherman program are, and I'm sure you guys are going to make up your mind about how much of a fucking supremacist I am, and, you know, how I only cape for the Ottomans, despite the fact that this is still a fucking ridiculous way of doing things, where they, like, literally would take children. Obviously, it's a bad thing. I'm not advocating for it. Don't be a psycho. But none of you guys were having that same opinion when we were talking about the harem. Then you were laughing at the hysterical people that kept saying, oh, people in harems were being educated in the arts. Like, that's why are you saying sex slavery is a good thing? You thought that was funny, though, when it was the women's that were getting mad, right? Why do you even care about the Ottoman Empire? LMAO. I don't know. It's interesting. Like, why the fuck? Wait, I like the Roman Empire too. I like history. What the fuck kind of question is this?
Corps maintain their self-sufficiency.
Chat gets defensive because the fucking wounds are deep. Okay? Especially Europeans. Like, there are deep wounds where, like, the end of the what do you call it? Wait, hold on one second. The end of the Roman Empire is something that Europeans still hold resentment over, including the Ottoman invasion of the Balkans. So they get fucking super... Team had 30k during harem stream? What do you mean? History is always like one dumbass who thinks they have smart ideas fucking shit up.
Roll they chat like they used to do back in 1453 has raid.
They it's like people still get butthurt over it. Like a lot of people in Europe still get butthurt over it because they think that it's like bullshit.
Nature. Janissary soldiers were trained in...
They stole my country for 500 years. That's why I don't like them. I'm not a white supremacist. ... Hey man, if they're not still maintaining your country and considering the fact that that empire does not exist anymore, I think you should probably give up on it. I'm just saying that, like, you know, grievances should be let go of. You know. Like, now, if there were still, I don't know, like Ottomans that existed and they were still oppressing you personally, or oppressing your I don't know, oppressing Greece or something if you're like Greek, and then that's entirely different. But the Ottoman Empire dominated European history for like 300 years. It's kind of important, just like China, Rome, Egypt. Yes.
Handling all kinds of weapons and combat techniques. The accent, however...
Western Europeans were so... Wow, this dude is correct. I'm surprised that Peter Pomegranate said that. Western Europeans were so butthurt about Western Rome's fall that they refused to recognize the Byzantines as the continuation of the Eastern Empire. Yeah. they did not want the Roman Empire. They did not want the Roman Empire to be considered to have been ended by an Eastern Orientalist force like the Ottomans, who were barbarian in nature. So they fucking separated it, or they regarded it as like a totally different continuation.
However, was put on musketry. They were trained to shoot muskets at great distances, sometimes using only one hand.
History Stream Pog.
This resulted in their excellent marksmanship and reloading speed. Many times, this was the prevailing factor when fighting European armies. During their stay at the training corps, the Chemi-Orlan were supervised by eunuchs who made sure they obeyed strict discipline. Female company was completely forbidden, and boys were trained to live in their small confined groups, the same way they would do once they became Janissaries. This stage of training lasted approximately 6 years, after which they were sent to operational units, ortas.
The Turks literally fund ISIS. They still oppressing, bud. Oh yeah, dude, totally. Who was giving the money to Turks to actually turn the other cheek when ISIS was funding itself? Oh no, that was America. Oh fuck, dude. The reason why ISIS exists is literally the United States of America. Anything that Turkey does in that region, they do as our dogs to the United States imperial endeavor. So don't fucking ever, for a brief moment, ever think that the Turkish foreign policy is autonomous and that like there's anything that the Turks do without first getting the go-ahead from Americans, okay? That's just the fucking truth. So if you get mad at Turks, then you must be very upset at the American foreign policy that allows that to occur. To be fair, modern Turkish foreign policy is oppressive to neighboring countries. Yeah. The Kurds.
Socialism
It's
simple.
not actually. The Holy Roman Empire was created in the 10th century as an alternative in the real Roman Empire because of the split between Eastern Orthodoxy and Catholicism. That's true as well. Eastern Byzantine Empire or the Eastern Roman Empire was Orthodox. That's true too.
Love
There was a
you,
religious
brother
split
Hass.
there as well. I'm not an incel. I'm a Yenichiri mom. It's funny.
The last stage was the solemn reception of the Janissaries. All graduates formed a line and marched in front of their new commander. Each of them received a distinctive hat and certificate of acceptance.
Turks got mad at me for saying Turks are dogs to the American imperial endeavor, by the way. Well, they didn't get mad. They said bir tık fazla olmadı mı? Bir tık. Very difficult to explain Turkish foreign policy, even under Recep Tayyip Erdogan, as anything but subservient. Servile is a good word for it. And always has been and always will be.
On the following evening, after a joint prayer, the new Janissaries put their coats on and kissed their commander's hand, who then addressed them as travel companions. The most distinctive feature of the Janissaries was surely the Burk hat, even though some Janissary units wore other types of hats. The Burk was a long, sleeve-shaped hat made of wool and colored in white. On the forehead, it had a metal plate attached as a badge to which a feather could be pinned depending on the military rank. The back of the cap was so long that it reached below the shoulders, protecting the soldier from sun, heat, and rain. In a standard outfit, the Janissary soldier wore trousers and a short jacket. Above the jackets, they wore long woolen coats called dolama. Their boots were made of leather. Senior officers and some privileged units wore yellow uniforms. The most valuable equipment for the Janissary unit was their cooking pot, the kazan.
Kazan. This is what I was talking about. Also, that's a baby kazan. Kazans used to be bigger than the fucking me, even. Like, at least in Topkova Palace.
Gathered around a kazan each day for one meal that was provided to them. The kazan was also carried with special pride on parades. Tipping one over was a sign of mutiny, while losing one was considered the ultimate disgrace. Janissaries used a variety of weapons. At the beginning, they were engaged as archers using bows. Shortly after firearms were introduced, the Janissaries switched to matchlock arquebuses. These were distinctive large-bore matchlocks that fired balls up to 80 grams in weight. The Janissaries stuck to their matchlocks for a long period of time and began using flintlock muskets relatively late. Besides long-range weapons, they were equipped with close-combat cold weapons, such as Couldve sabers and distinctive Turkish reverse-curved swords called yatagans, which were the signature weapon of the Janissaries, and a variety of polearms, battle axes, halberds, and tirpans. Pikes were the only type of weapons Janissaries were repulsive to, as they considered them to be in contrast with their understanding of bravery. That same philosophy restrained them from attacking in order. Janissaries found this method of combat as too calculating and not worthy of the brave warriors they were. Standard Ottoman battle tactics placed the Janissaries in the center of the formation, with the cavalry in front of them and on the flanks. The Sipahi cavalry were the ones who commenced the attack by charging into the enemy, trying to break their defense, or to lure them into battle. The Janissaries would then attack, encouraged by the Meterhane troops, first by fire from their muskets, and then by charging in a dense mass. In the beginning, enemies on the battlefield had no response to these fierce tactics. However, once European armies began to introduce more disciplined infantry units, Janissary attacks became less successful. By the end of the 18th century, Janissaries had become obsolete in their tactics, which was followed by a loss of exclusivity and a decline in discipline. Their destiny followed the destiny of the entire Ottoman Empire that was slowly dying.
You wish to be born at the time of the video?
I'm just here to
Fuck
prove
no,
Cleveland is
dude.
better
What are you
than say.
fucking crazy? Bro. What do you think I'm one of those fucking weirdo like incel dudes who like LARPs as like a Viking or something because his
Was that
life
a
is
circus
so
great as Turkish
boring?
people
No.
say?
How many times do I talk about how much I love internet porn? Like, are you crazy? Are you out of your mind, dude? No, I don't give a fuck about that time, you psycho. I'm fascinated by it. I like history. I like finding how like empires fall and rise. But modern medicine, being born before modern medicine is literally a death sentence. Yeah, like, yeah, dude. I really want to live at a time when, like, you know, I would be sold into slavery so I could become a fucking Yoldash, okay? Holding on to the homie's ball sack before we go into battle for the only opportunity of like stimulation. You know, before I got my head chopped off or got sat on a fucking pike by some weird Balkan psycho who may or may not have been a vampire. You know what I mean? Like that's my thing. That's definitely something I would be interested in doing. Get the fuck out of here, dude. May or may not have been a fucking vampire. Plus circumcision at a later age? No, that still exists in Turkey. Net. Anyone in the Balkans saying the Ottomans stole their country should be really hold their tongues in the only regional stability. That's not true. You're not talking about the glorious Yugoslavian died at 35 in Vienna. Exactly.
Cheer 100.
No, this is the Steven Pinker channel. No, I mean, I'm not silly. I'm not a silly bitch who says, like, the world has no more problems because everything is better under modernity. Violence has been decreasing. Yeah, everyone smelled like shit.
dare
They
you
fucking
use that
died
sort
at
of
like
derogatory
15 if they were
language.
lucky. Like, get the fuck out of here. Balkan Psycho, who may or may not be a vampire, really doesn't narrow it down. I'm talking about fucking Vlad the Impaler, dude. My mother wanted to do this snip snip when I was 13 because, you know, it's traditional. I was like, hell no, baby. And now I got a hood, but not traumatized. Damn, that's awesome. I wish I had that offered to me. Yeah, dude, I'm grateful to the Ottoman Empire conquer the Balkans. Super tolerant, especially when the rifle revolution started. What a fucking take. Yeah. It's silly. As an imperial power, you have no say over the people that you conquered. You can't say that you like, especially when there were absolutely like nationalist movements that were happening all around the world. This is part of the reason why I say nationalism isn't always the same. Nationalism can be utilized as a liberation from imperialist powers, imperialist world powers. No, I never had a sünnet düğünü. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Why is it like this? What the fuck? The rest of the video is literally this. They're just blinking. So strange. Wait, is the slavery similar to what happened in West Africa? One of the reasons for why West Africa is allowed the slave trade, or am I wrong? Still confused, never learned about Ottoman slavery? No, it's not similar to what happened in West Africa.
That's for the great content and info.
I understand that you do have intimate knowledge of this culture that I do not, and when I heard here's the other side of this, I assumed it flagged some sense of apologist attitude towards the action. I apologize for this, as it reeks of some unconscious bias I have towards said culture. I promise to do better. Sorry to repeat message, just felt bad about it. All good, man. It's because Western supremacist attitudes still absolutely guide the popular opinion. It's super fucking Orientalist, and there's also a lot of misinformation and confusion around how a lot of this stuff worked. Türkiye'de yaşayıp sünnet olup nasıl düğün yapmadın? Yapmadım oğlum. Amerika'da kestiler. Amerika'da doğduk biz. Whatever happened to playing with XG? I don't know. He said he needs people, and I was like, when do you want to play? Who do you want to play with? I'm down. And it never went anywhere. We just got kind of stuck. Ulan benimkini Türkiye'de de tıraşladılar. Bende de düğün olmadı. Yapma ya. What is this? History summarized? Overly sarcastic production?
Yes, the Ottoman Empire. A land of proud history, unique furniture, and criminally underappreciated Assassin's Creed sequels. Between its rise in the 1300s and its dissolution after the First World War, the Ottomans have been around for a good long while, and they spanned a lot of the Mediterranean in the interim. Early modern Europeans refer to them as the sick man of Europe as...
Oh shit, I totally forgot to run an ad. Top of the hour, every hour, 6-second ad break. Boom.
It's a polite way of saying just die already, but as we'll see, that lasting portrayal of weakness and seemingly perpetual decline really misses the point. So, to find out what makes the Ottomans more than just a sick man, let's do some history. Early Ottoman history is notoriously murky because they didn't do a lot of writing until they stopped moving their capital every 30 years and properly settled down. But it all started with this one guy named Osman, who had a very apocryphal but nonetheless interesting dream of a tree growing out of him and covering the entire world in its shade, which is some pretty hardcore foreshadowing. See, Osman was the leader of a small Anatolian tribe left in the messy post-Mongol power vacuum, and as far as his descendants are concerned, their empire started with him, which is why we call it Osmanlı or Ottoman. He and his son Orhan got to conquering and pushed northwest to Bursa and then across the Hellespont to Edirne, the latter of which remained the Ottoman capital for nearly a century. Now, when it came to holding on to their land, the aging Byzantine Empire had the grip strength of an arcade claw machine, and no one demonstrated that better than the fourth Ottoman Sultan. Yıldırım the Thunderbolt Beyazıt earned his awesome nickname by doubling the empire in a decade. This is your empire, and this is your empire on Yıldırım Beyazıt. Yeah. And speaking of Sultan Yıldırım Beyazıt, I should say that my pronunciations have been cleared by my very Turkish college roommate Emre, so I'm doing my best here. But anyway,
He's doing a really good job, low-key. Yıldırım means thunderbolt, by the way. That's why he's saying Yıldırım Thunderbolt Beyazıt.
You can see, the early Ottoman Empire was perfectly bisected between Anatolia and Rumelia by a once mighty but now tiny and insignificant town called, Constantinople. Yeah, so after the combined forces of Europe sacked the city 200 years earlier while on their way to a crusade that they never even started.
The Netflix, like, documentary / like, stylized documentary on the fall of Constantinople is really fucking good, too. If you like The Last Kingdom, or if you like history, if you like period pieces, I guess, is that what it's called? You will love this show. It's so fucking good. It's so fucking good. Yeah,
Constantinople was a
Rise of Empires
of its former self. They tried to recruit allies to bail them out, but it didn't really work. Even an Ottoman force at the gates of Constantinople couldn't compel the Europeans to break their reputation for legendarily poor teamwork. Luckily for the Byzantines, this quasi-Mongol guy Tamerlane yoinked Anatolia and threw the Ottomans into a brief kerfuffle of sultanless civil warring. Notably, the only big civil war in their whole 600-year-long history, which shocks me. And if you think that's absurd, get a load of why it's the only one. So you see, the official practice for avoiding succession crises like this in the future was, state-sanctioned fratricide? Which sounds really stupid, because it is, but it worked though. So I have no choice but to file this under history's greatest ideas that were just dumb enough to work. So with that sorted out and the empire reconstituted, the Ottomans directed their
It's like saying he is whitewashing fratricide because he said that it was successful as far as a policy goes in stabilizing the empire. You know what I mean? Well, I can't believe you're showing the other side of fratricide as a positive, as though it's a positive thing. It's like, no, it's still fucking brutal as shit to just like kill your fucking relatives like that.
attention back to Constantinople, the so-called Red Apple of Christendom. Besides being the one strategically non-Ottoman speck on the map, the conquest of the city carried huge secular and religious prestige. It also provided a strategic center between their split holdings in Anatolia and Rumelia, and it had a built-in source of income from Black Sea trade. Sultan Mehmet II really wanted Constantinople to surrender, but they didn't, so he sacked it with insane siege weaponry and a 10-to-1 army size advantage. Mehmet made conquering the most historically impregnable city in Europe look easy. As congratulations, Venice added the Ottomans to the official Constantinople Conquerors Club, where they mostly just shared history memes back and forth. Thankfully, although lots of the city was destroyed, the famous Byzantine church of Hagia Sophia survived, and the Sultan was so awestruck by it that he ordered its conversion to a mosque to preserve it. As a result, Hagia Sophia, as it's known in Turkish, is still standing today. The Ottomans may have been conquerors, but they were keenly aware of the historical legacies they were inheriting along with the city of Constantinople. And speaking of Istanbul, let's clear up those names. Constantinople, before and after the conquest, was known to the Ottomans as Constantiniye, which likewise means City of Constantine in Arabic, and it stayed as that for most of the empire. Unofficially, people called it the city, and Greek phrases about being in or going to the city, translated as Stinboli, turned into what we now know as Istanbul. For convenience, I'll be referring to it as Istanbul from here on out, even though that wasn't really its official name until the 1920s. With Istanbul incorporated, Mehmet the Conqueror lived up to his name by pushing out in all directions, even getting the Ottomans a foothold on Crimea in addition to their Aegean and Anatolian holdings. They quickly figured out that the Europeans weren't really as tied to their religious fervor as they claimed, and were much more interested in fighting each other. So the Ottomans played enemies against each other and conquered piecewise, unmet by any wall of pan-European defense. And they got themselves a really nice domain out of it. Between their natural resources and control over key trading routes, they had a doubly advantageous position for most of their history. At this point, their biggest rival was the Republic of Venice, who held strategic trading posts across the Mediterranean, like Cyprus and Crete, in part thanks to their massive navy. But at the same time, Venice was also the Ottomans' closest trading partners, so when they weren't squabbling over islands, they were making each other fabulously rich. It was a fruitful, if tense relationship, and it happened in large part because of the Ottoman geography and both parties' willingness to cooperate across religious lines. It's largely due to this partnership that we ever got the Renaissance, as trade brought back classical Greek and Roman works preserved by Muslim scholars, in addition to the piles of cash that funded new artworks in Italy.
True.
Mehmet II loved his classics and thought of himself as a New Age Alexander, but truth be told, he wasn't all that far off in terms of lasting historical significance. And I'm talking a lot about the sultans here because the Ottoman government was pretty dependent.
Yeah, this is another reason. This is another reason why I always laugh when people make it seem like, you know, Western cultural supremacy, like Western supremacy, Western civilization, like runs the world. When it's like, yeah, no, that's a relatively recent phenomena in the grand scheme of things. And again, culture does not exist in a vacuum. It has never existed in a vacuum. And the preservation of these sorts of texts are directly a consequence of the Islamic Golden Age, and the world would be worse off if it wasn't for Muslims in that regard. Same with, thanking the Chinese for gunpowder, and thanking Mehmet the Conqueror, Fatih Sultan, as popularizing the utilization of gunpowder in the form of cannons to take down some of the walls in Constantinople, which then helped secure monarchies in Europe, and ended feudal lordships, basically.
On their head honcho being, an empire. Aside from local governments, most administration relied solidly on the Sultan and his small army of viziers and bureaucrats. Speaking of armies, he also had a notoriously badass personal guard called the Janissaries, who were supposed to serve the Sultan at all times.
Also, no, the same can't be said about fucking splitting the atom, because splitting the atom has led to nuclearization worldwide and made the world less safe overall. As a matter of fact, like, nuclear weapons is a gigantic burden on everyone's lives. So no, it would not be akin to the utilization of gunpowder and cannons. Because it created mutually assured self-destruction.
But in the long run, they had a suspicious amount of input into who did and did not become the next sultan. That was a problem the Ottomans never quite solved. Sultan Bayezid II didn't do much in comparison to his old man Mehmet, but then Selim I shows up and boom, he conquers Egypt and Syria in no time flat. You can imagine the collective ooh that the Europeans were making in the news of that one. And this was a big deal because with the Egyptian Mamluk Sultanate defeated and the entire Eastern Mediterranean under their belt, no one could go east or west.
You think Muslims and Chinese, but you never think white people for anything? You just say white people are the source of all the bad things in the world, says Chunk Yogurt. Because you're a stupid American, okay? And your understanding of white is so fucking childish that I don't know where to begin. There is no fucking one white person. A lot of those same factions that the Ottoman Empire was fighting against was warring amongst itself for the longest fucking time. So it's impossible to fit history into your ahysterical worldview of white people. Because unfortunately, in America, as a consequence of, your title still says watching live stream. Okay. In America, as a consequence of like American public education, I guess, or purposely undermining historical education in our Common Core, people often assume that there is such a thing as like white culture or white genocide, or I don't know, whiteness as a civilization that does not exist. You thank the British for shit. There's exactly one white person. He lives in a village in Albania.
West without crossing the Ottomans, but there was another option, south, and this is where their actual biggest trading rival shows up. Portugal. Situated on the opposite end of the Mediterranean, the Portuguese figured out how to get access to the Indian Ocean by sailing around Africa. Since the Ottomans had control of the Red Sea and the Persian Gulf, they had a similarly advantageous route to key markets. They tried digging a Suez Canal in the later 1500s, but they didn't have the right technology for it, so oh well. Also, the back and forth between the Ottomans and Venice was still going on, but it had settled down when the sultans found much bigger fish to fry. The Ottomans also had beef with the Safavid Persians to the east, but that's not the biggest deal in the long run. And speaking of enemies who didn't put
Literally not true. What the fuck are you saying? Nuclear wars made the world a much safer place by making war so potentially expensive that it's not worth anymore. What's the last time 2 members of the UN Security Council fought each other in a war? Dude, that is, I think, I want to congratulate you for having straight up perhaps the dumbest, most privileged, most like Western white Andy take I've ever fucking seen in this chat. That's worse than Chunk Yogurt. At least Chunk Yogurt has a predisposition. He's a conservative. Okay? He can't help himself. He's a Republican. You, on the other hand, are my favorite neoliberal Andy. Like a classic, incredible fucking take. Okay? That's it. That's the best take I've seen in the chat today. That's so good. No, it's great. It's great because, you know, world peace has been achieved, of course. And you know, I'm glad that nukes brought us that security by making war so expensive that, you know, no one wages in it now. You know, the kids in Yemen that are starving right now as a consequence of genocide, for example, are actually just a meme. They do not exist. They are made up. It's a total fabrication. 7777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777777. Yeah.
Arjan, make Chunk do the truffle shuffle. Arjan, make Chunk do the truffle shuffle. Arjan,
the only people in the world are Americans, Chinese, Russians, and Europeans. Yep.
Chunk do the truffle shuffle.
Yeah. No, totally, dude. No, it's so good. It's so fucking good, dude. It's the best take I've ever heard.
Put up much of a fight. The Pope called for a crusade when the Ottomans took the Holy Land, but come on, this is medieval Europe. Of course nothing happened. But then Selim dies, and it's Suleiman time, baby! So, let me take a minute to explain my excitedness at this, because this is honestly pretty exciting.
Like, for example, when the American forces were genociding South Vietnam, or like using Agent Orange, you know, that sort of stuff. Like, I was too busy telling Ho Chi Minh, like, why bring arms into this when nukes have made the world a safer place? Like, that's what I was thinking. I mean, you're being crazy. The world is a much safer place right now. You know, World War II style wars no longer happen. You know, we've made the world a comparatively safer place. When the Mozote massacre was happening by American-trained military forces or paramilitary forces, by like right-wing death squads, I was telling the family, the family who is still trying to recover baby parts that were chopped up by those same American military trained forces. Why are you freaking out? Lol. Nukes have made the world a safer place. When 500,000 Iraqi children died as a consequence of sanctions placed on Iraq, and Madeleine Albright said, hey, that's the cost of doing business, I was too busy telling the families that came after that, why are you dying, or why are you even freaking out over this? Lol, the world is so much safer because of nukes. I went all around the world telling these people the world is safer because of nukes. I'm Henry Kissinger, and I will never die. Also shelled Cambodia, and I'm not allowed to go there anymore because of my war crimes, but the world is a safer place. Alas, I am the best person in the best person in the chat. Best take in the chat.
Suleiman the Magnificent, aka the Lawgiver, reigned from 1520 to 1566, and he is the coolest sultan. Call me basic all you want, but I know what I'm about. In addition to codifying secular and
You're arguing by example on a general statement. Small, medium-scale wars that happen before nukes and continue to happen after, but large-scale wars between superpowers have reduced in frequency. That is a form of making the world safer. The world is not safer than it was before in regards to war. It's that war has been outsourced, much like manufacturing, so you don't fucking see it. So your take is incredibly privileged, like profoundly privileged, okay? War has never ended in many of the parts of the world. You just don't see it because it's far away from you, so you think nukes have made it better for you overall. Absolute fucking freak, dude. What a freak fucking take.
religious law to make the justice system fairer and more efficient, he went on 13 campaigns in pretty much every direction. Europe was convinced that Suleiman was using cheat codes because the game looked like it was way too easy for him to win. He also sorted out some trade deals with the Portuguese, which before
the 6,000 American military members that died are just, they just died on accident. I want to tell them for the past 20 years in this never-ending war on terror that cost more than $7 trillion that, they didn't actually die. You're still alive, because nukes have made the world a safer place. When war is occurring overseas, it's like it never happened. You can try to justify it in any which way you want by saying, oh, well, less people are dying because of conventional weapons, or, this bomb will only hit the target now and will minimize collateral damage, or whatever the fuck you want to say. But wars are still very much a part of reality for a big chunk of the fucking world. You absolute fucking freak. Yo, what up? Yo,
what up? Can you even buy the game? I can't even buy the fucking game.
what do you mean you can't buy the game? I bought it. Isn't it the Game of Life 2?
Yeah, I can't even, I won't let me buy it. I don't know why.
What do you mean you can't buy it? Hold on.
I don't fucking know, dude.
It's the Game of Life 2, right? What the fuck's going on with your ISP? Ugh.
I'm trying again.
I think I bought it.
Dude, this shit is like, oh, it worked. I got it.
Yeah, I'm good to go. Did you max out your credit card, dude?
No, I didn't. And my credit card's, no, it's not.
All right, who else is playing with us? We got Zoil, and who's the fourth?
Accept friend request.
Hello.
What up, Zoil?
Yo, what's up, Hassan?
What's going on? Wait, how come you're fucking...
Okay, hold up. Yo, Hassan, do you have Train's real life phone number?
What?
Do you or not?
Who's... Oh, Train's phone number. Yeah, I do.
Give him a call right now. I think his Twitter's hacked.
Wait, for real?
Yeah, can you do that right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna call him. Wait, what's going on with his Twitter? Look.
Just call him. Just call him.
Wait, excuse me. Twitter might be hacked. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, it's 100% hacked. 100%. Just call him.
It's 100% hacked. Just call him. It doesn't seem like it on your... Wait, why are you saying that?
Just don't make a big deal of it. It's 100% hacked. I know why. I have a legitimate proof. Just fucking to give him a call and tell him to reset his password and shit, or to ask Twitter.
He's saying reset your password.
He needs to contact Twitter and tell them to log his account out.
Do you hear him in the background?
No.
I can't give him the phone. I'm not with him. We're talking on stream right now, and he just said, "Don't just go tell him that." I don't know. I don't know why he's saying this. He might be just. I don't know if he's.
Me?
Yeah. What are you?
Me?
Are you? Why don't you tell him? Don't you have his real life phone number?
No, I don't.
Oh, you
I don't have a phone. I don't have a number. I don't have a number myself, dude. I'm not like joking, dude. Somebody that I know that is very trustable, okay, is showing me DMs of Train is talking to him. And it's a bunch of really odd DMs that Train would never do.
Someone he's talking to is sending him DMs from you, and he's saying that these are DMs that you wouldn't normally send. I don't know. Go look at your Twitter right now and look at your Twitter DMs and see if he's saying he's on his Twitter and he's at his computer.
Okay. So
Maybe he's
tell him to explain this.
Tell him to explain this. Okay, what?
I sent the picture. See it?
No, I'm live. He's live too. He's talking about it. He's saying, "Can you message me? And why can't he DM me it?" I don't know, dude. I don't know. Listen, I'm just.
Okay, I'll send it. Okay, Train, look at this. Guys, I'm not making shit. I'm trying to help him. Okay, I'm trying to be a good guy. Okay, I'm sorry I did it.
He's trying to help you. Okay, I'm gonna hang up. You guys can.
No.
Wait, why? No.
We're playing.
Okay. What do you mean we're
You're
playing?
my favorite liberal
Oh wait,
streamer.
is Train our fourth?
No, it's Sammy. She's coming.
Oh.
You didn't add a
Tell
tickle.
XQC that what?
There it is.
Oh, he's saying it's me. I did those.
Wait, Train sent those DMs?
Yeah.
Mate, you've been an IRL advice frog.
Oh, he said yes. He's buying Bitcoin.
It's actually him.
He says,
Train
he
is
says thank you.
DMing some guy like such a crackhead that he thought he was getting hacked.
Oh my god.
He said he is thanking you and you're for being a good guy and thinking that he was hacked. Okay, all right. No problem, brother. All right, peace, dude.
Jesus.
You thought he was like fishing.
I mean, the guy I'm talking to is not was fishing.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
You have a nice day today. Hassle.
Okay.
I mean, you see those DMs? He sounds like some fucking insurance scam, dude.
I didn't see the DMs. I don't know.
Hey, bro,
I see them.
Hey, bro, can I trust you, right? I'll send you 10 to 10. What the fuck is that?
Oh my god, it does look like.
You want friends and family, bro?
Jesus.
Pog.
Bro, oh, that's great. Okay, yeah, that's funny. That is very no, I'm not gonna show it, dude. Yeah, that does look kind of sus. Okay. All right, Game of Life 2. I am ready. Wait, how do you do the?
I don't even remember how to play this game.
It's literally RNG. It's just RNG, which is why I like it because you don't need any skill.
Is it the Game of Life 2?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, this is the one we played before, right? Where you just go around the board.
Yeah, but it's new and it has collectibles and shit now.
Oh,
It has
okay.
what now?
Collectibles and like new maps and shit. Looks kind of fun.
Damn, it has VSync too. That's crazy. Shit's got VSync. Okay, well, I'm ready to go.
Rumble, I want that shit on.
Hold on. I can buy stuff?
The VIP pass.
9 outfits for $5. I mean, I can't say no to that.
Pass.
Bro, are you really buying fits right now?
I bought the whole thing.
Mate, you could buy the season pass for 25 quid.
Okay, I'm not buying a season pass for this game.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
I'm not. They got a battle pass, dude.
It's 73% off, mate.
It's $30.
How is that 73% off? It's £25.
Yeah, what is it like? Isn't it like $125?
What the fuck?
Okay, well, I bought everything.
Oh shoot!
What up, Adept?
Hi. What are you guys buying? Stuff in game?
I don't
Yeah,
know
I
what
bought
they're
everything.
doing. I don't know what they're doing, but hey, it's gonna be
I'm not
fucking.
buying
It's gonna be
anything.
pay to win. I already know it.
In that
I already
case,
know.
I better start
Well, there were
stocking
so
up.
many things. I didn't know. I just clicked everything and it bought everything. I should have done that. That was dumb.
All right, are we ready? Now that you saved Train from a Bitcoin scam,
Yeah.
he was at the throes of getting scammed.
Customize top left.
What do we think about Twitch TOS, by the way?
Bunch of V word, S words that are I words, dude. That's what I think about it.
I agree.
Damn, that's bold. That can mean literally anything now.
It really can. At some point, you're not gonna be able to say anything that is meant as an insult ever. Like if I called you a potato, oh my gosh, whoa.
Okay, you're
watch out.
being Irish phobic and also anti-Polish, literally.
Never
Messed
in my
up.
life.
Banned.
It's gonna be like that on Twitch though. It feels like it.
No, I think they'll be. I don't think that they'll enforce the simp incel thing. And as a matter of fact, I'm fairly certain that they're not going to do that. They just don't want it to be used as like emotes or something.
Okay, I'm jacked at the wazoo. I'm ready to play.
All right.
That doesn't make sense. Why make it a rule if they're not gonna enforce it though? Like I don't know if I agree with that.
I think it was a misstep, honestly. Like there's no it just sounds so ridiculous, especially like incel too. Like like incels are not a protected group, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh no, I leaked the code.
Well, how do we play?
wait, how did you
Play.
Okay,
we don't even know what the code is.
make a game. The
Okay.
code is this. Go to join and then code. That's the code. It doesn't matter if you leak it as long as you go fast.
Okay, online multiplayer or online player? Online with friends.
I know with friends.
All my friends.
Oh, got it.
Is this the new code right here?
It's there. It's not new. It's just.
Okay, most people don't even have it. Here, I'm in.
All right, I'm in.
Yo, how the fuck did you get a jet ski? Wait, is that a part of the pack?
Yeah, I bought it. It was 20
No,
bucks.
man, I'm gonna have to spend £25 on that. Holy shit.
Isn't that juiced up?
That
Wait,
is sick.
does it default give you stuff? Why can't I change my car? Oh,
Well, if you're
right
broke,
here.
you can't buy it. It's just for people that are
Fucking
fucking
pencil.
jacked out the wazoo.
This is
you
just
know what I
like
mean?
real life, dude.
It's
Let's
messed
go.
up. It's messed up.
Well, you're like a Yeti. That looks sick. Like an Eskimo.
Oh yeah, you like the other one?
That looks sick.
Well, I have the other one. What about this one?
That looks so cool.
Okay, I'm ready whenever you guys are ready.
I think I
Yeah, I'm
changed
ready
some
up.
stuff up. I'm gonna be a school kid. Oh damn, you did that too, Zoil. Oh, at least I have a cool car.
What's this called? What's this bike called again? I can't remember.
A
Scooter?
Vespa.
Vespa. That's the word.
Vespa.
Yeah.
Bless you.
They have these
You
in
ready?
Italy, right?
I'm not ready yet. Okay.
Let's go. I feel
So
like I
this
have
is
orangey on my
so,
side.
A bit of an introduction. This is a board game that people used to play physically. It's called Life, and it's literally like real life. You make choices in terms of career, in terms of relationships, and the children, and retirement, and homes.
Me.
It's exactly like real life. Hey,
Wow.
let's go.
And the point is to be rich and not die.
Wait, what the fuck? Wait. The goal is not just about the money, it's about who you choose to be. Knowledge, happiness, wealth equals money equals... Okay, wait. Yeah, I'm gonna start off with college. I think that was, or no, is that not the move?
Loser.
No, that's never the move, right? Now, fuck it, dude. I'm doing college, dude.
You going to college? You're gonna be behind for a long time.
Look at all that debt.
That's a scam, mate. That is a scam.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
getting
whatever,
scammed.
dude. That's a fucking 8. That's an 8 set. Who cares?
Mate, I'm feeling lucky. I got some dream luck in me today. I feel like.
I'm also really unlucky, so it doesn't matter what happens to me if we're being real.
Okay, score bonus. Did you take it?
Yeah. Okay, why can't I keep going? Oh shit! 3 levels of education, career, college, master's degree. Oh fuck! I can be a film director. I went to college to get a film director salary. That sucks. 90K
why the
salary,
taxes?
70K taxes.
Yep.
What the fuck?
So if you got lucky and said you were the actor that's being directed, you would make like 100K with no college or anything like that.
Yeah, that's
You just-
bullshit, dude.
It's just luck.
No!
Unlucky.
Uh-oh.
I'm fucked. Wait, what is going on? Why isn't it moving?
Are you guys
Wait,
leaving the
fuck.
music on in your game?
Yeah, I thought about it.
I tried to lower it, but it's just on or off, which sucks.
Yeah, no, I turned it off. Oh, I ran into some money. Let's go. Oh no, it's just my salary. Fuck.
Here we go.
Career, college, or career?
No, mate. I'm not going to college. That is an actual scam.
Oh!
What?
Oh, hey.
Athlete, 70K salary,
Video
60K
blogger,
taxes.
40K.
Wait, never mind.
well,
That's
hey,
fucking dog
I
shit.
disagree.
You don't make any money.
Wait, where are the taxes, bro? What is this, like fucking Sweden? What are these taxes?
True.
I feel does it have a potential to go higher? Does it have a potential to make more?
You can choose later on. You can read. You can have a new career choice. You can later
Bro.
on, if you're mad about your life, you can change.
Bro, what is an athlete? This is like a minor league baseball salary, bro. Athletes
Yeah.
don't make as much as fucking accountants in this world.
I'm gonna have to wait.
Damn, your hair looks
You're like a
kinda-
high school coach.
Yeah, you gotta. Oh shit, this is why I needed the V-Sync, dude.
Nice.
Like barely fucking rendering. Oh damn, you passed by me too. Well, I'm
Yeah, he's going
fucked.
hardcore, man. Action.
Thuman.
Camp in the Stars or sports event?
Oh my
Esports.
god,
Esports.
esports. Wait, what if?
Whoa.
All
Wait.
players spin.
Oh, well, that's fun.
Wait, he gets 200K?
What?
The first person gets
To win first
200K.
place.
Okay, I lost. Oh.
Well, how do I spin it?
It's a
you
Fortnite
just drag-
tournament.
Yeah.
Cranks and 90s.
Yike.
Nah, that's not it.
I told you guys, this is
Oh.
all.
I got
in.
it.
Do I
Don't
spin
worry.
now?
Yeah.
Eh,
Whoa. Whoa. What?
A 9.
Cheated,
Oh,
he
come
cheated,
on,
he
bro.
cheated.
You literally said.
I saw the cheat.
You
Go, get that
pulled
10.
it twice. You actually
Who's
did.
esports Andy? No, motherfucker. Yeah, I went to college to learn about esports, bitch.
Okay.
Overwatch League, here I come.
200,000 bucks.
Overwatch League, that's a mistake, mate.
Yeah, people don't. If the salaries went down, they don't make that much anymore, dude. This is yesterday's news. I'm going to college. Fuck it.
Straight into a career, baby. It's time to choose a job. Pet groomer or athlete?
Oh, this is you choosing?
I ain't grooming no pets. I'll be an athlete. Spin to move. 10. And a bonus.
Bonus?
What?
No,
A
10 is
bonus?
me.
Oh, because that's
What?
his. That's his last
Yeah, his
roll.
lucky number. Yeah. No, that's his lucky number.
No, it's my
That's
lucky
dumb as
number
hell.
and my
So would it be
my
mine?
roll.
So
Oh,
now
right.
I don't get a lucky number because you guys. What about my
Dude,
lucky number?
Bowling.
Hey, why
Mr.
don't you just
Bowling.
camp under the
1v1.
stars or something? You know, just that'll be your lucky number, okay?
Wait. 100K from an opponent?
Oh, I want my money back from Hassan. Let's go.
Oh, well, I don't think he takes money from him. I think it's just 100K that gets generated.
No, it says from opponent.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, they verse each other.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh no!
Damn, dude.
What the fuck, dude? Who bowls for $100,000? What is this, Bill Gates? Michael Jordan Andy.
I'm going to
Pay to,
Oh,
pay
roll
to
the
win.
game.
Here we go.
Wealth, happiness, and college. I'm going to college. 100K down.
What did you get for it though? That's the question.
No, come on.
Ooh, 4 is the Chinese number for death, dude. I learned that. Yeah, it's an unlucky number.
Action.
Oh my goodness.
This
You don't
gives me
even get to
2.
do anything yet.
It gives you 2 knowledge.
Why not?
Yeah.
Is that Japanese? No, I thought it was Chinese. Oh, Japanese too, I guess.
Oh, you have the most knowledge.
The fuck? What do you mean you have the most knowledge?
Well,
That's
because
what
now,
it says.
now I have a college degree and I'm a genius in music. But don't worry, I'm about to drop out and copy Steven's real career.
100K guitar lessons, dude. Okay, let's do it. Oh no! What does that mean?
Her bonus.
Number.
50
Oh
juicers.
no! What the fuck? A job gives you a lucky number. When someone spins, they pay you 50K. But if you spin your own, you get the bonus from the bank. Oh, fuck me, dude.
Oh, we can mow the lawn. Well, I've had a party.
You're
Maybe
not
that would make happy.
Bubba working hard, right?
Wait, what do you... Mowing the lawn is 80K?
You
Yeah,
have
but
nothing to
throwing a
lose,
party
but-
gives you